third member of the Knoll family, now charged with theft and tax evasion, learned her sentence today. Thanks so much for joining us here at noon. I'm Brooke Hash. Misty Knoll, the estranged wife of former Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll, will spend a year and a half behind bars. Our Travis Breeze and photojournalist Alyssa Farley just got out of the court with the details. Travis, what did the judge say before he accepted Misty's plea deal?
Well, Brooke, the judge spoke directly to Misty Knoll for between 5 and 10 minutes when we were just in court. He tied her directly to her husband's actions. He also harshly admonished the both of them and questioned how genuine Misty's remorse truly was for her actions in this case. He told Misty, quote, "There are no kings in this country and thus no queens. I believe your husband thought he was the king of Clark County and you attempted a queen lifestyle." Judge Medlock said he hopes anytime public officials or their family members try to prey on the public or try to defraud emergency services, he hopes that they always fail. Misty did express some remorse in the courtroom. She said that everything she does is for her daughters. She said, "I need to be a better role model to my daughters," as she now goes to prison.
How I feel about the events that's led me here today. I have a great amount of remorse for my ignorance that not only led me to here, but led my children here as well. And I apologize if my emotionless response came across like I don't care about people, because my whole life has been taking care of people.
Mr. McMahon, have you received a copy of the pre-sentence investigating report?
They did say that Misty will spend some time at the Harrison County Detention Center before the Indiana Department of Corrections picks her up. If she does have credit for good time, she will likely spend 13 and a half months behind bars before being released on probation. Now, this is the last person with the last name Knoll to have a trial or to have a case in this matter. There are two associates of Jamie Knoll that still have pending trials, Kenneth Eubanks and John Miller. But the prosecutor, the judge, they were really all treating this as today really closing the book on the Jamie Knoll saga. Reporting live in Jeffersonville with photojournalist Alyssa Newton, Travis Breeze, WHAS11 on your side.
Travis, thank you so much. Jamie Knoll is currently serving his 9-year sentence in the Newcastle Correctional Complex. Their daughter Casey has already served her sentence and is now on probation. Well, the trial of the decade in Kentucky, the Crystal Rogers murder case, will be heading to jury by next Tuesday. That's the new timeline given by the defense, expected to wrap its case this afternoon. On the same day, we mark 10 years since Crystal was last seen alive. Now, on the stand this morning, a cognitive psychologist who testified some of the tactics police used to gather information from the prosecution's witnesses were coercive. He also testified media coverage surrounding the case could impact how someone remembers an event. The psychologist is being paid $10,000 to testify, which is the same amount paid to defense experts who've taken the stand earlier this week. Front and center on Wednesday, the sister of chief murder suspect Brooks Hauk. She was asked about the hogs on their farm after disturbing testimony earlier this week. Alexander Goldberg and photojournalist Aspen Hester have more on the defense and its first day laying out the case.
For the first time, defense is arguing their case. Witnesses testifying on Brooks Hauk's side of the story. Rhonda McElvoy taking the stand for her big brother on trial for murder. Defense attorney Brian Butler asking, quote, "Did you have a hog farm in 2015? McElvoy says, quote, "No. What there was little pink pigs with black dots on them." The courtroom showed photos of the pigs that looked to be about 40 pounds in size. McElvoy seen here walking through the halls of the Warren County Justice Center after going under oath. That testimony answering lingering questions about what animals were at the Hauk family farm on July 3rd, 2015. The last time Crystal Rogers was seen. Earlier in the week, the disturbing hearsay about something Bardstown has speculated about for 10 years. Former Houck employee Charlie Girdley said Joseph Lawson, on trial for evidence tampering and conspiracy to commit murder, said, quote, he would pull her teeth and the hogs would do the rest. McElvoy also testifying to why she secretly recorded her grand jury testimony. Quote, I was paranoid. The whole family was paranoid due to the threats and accusations. In cross-examination, prosecutor Jim Lasowski asking if the Houcks had a meeting. She said, quote, there was no meeting. It was due to the environment and circumstances. I felt the need to know what I did say and what I did not say, to have proof. Earlier in the courtroom, the 15-person jury heard the opening statement for Joseph Lawson. His attorney, Kevin Coleman, calling him collateral damage, dragged through the Commonwealth's attempt to prosecute Houck, doubling down, quote, Joseph Lawson is not guilty. Coleman says, quote, as far as Joey Lawson's case goes, there's no forensic evidence that Joey Lawson was in that car. Judge Charles Sims telling jurors to expect final witnesses Thursday, and then the defense resting its case. In Bowling Green, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS11, on your side.
Now, it is important to know this jury does not know about Steve Lawson's conviction in his own trial or confessions he's made about his involvement with Crystal Rogers' car on the Bluegrass Parkway. All of that inadmissible in this trial. We will continue bringing you up to the minute coverage of what's happening inside that courtroom on our live blog happening right now on WHAS11.com. Then tune in for our midday update coming up at 1 o'clock and again today at 9 for a recap of the day from Bowling Green. Just download the WHAS 11 Plus app and watch for free. Looks like a beautiful day on tap. Looking behind you, blue skies, the cloud cover. We know it's hot, but this is at least a picture perfect week for the 4th of July holiday.
It is, yeah. You know, it's always a win if you are dodging rain showers from the 4th of July because you want to be able to see the fireworks, you want to be able to enjoy the evening, and that's looking just right for us this holiday weekend. We've got temperatures in the upper 80s right now across downtown Louisville, so a bit warmer for us, but we're expecting to see those temperatures continue to climb as we head later on into our afternoon time. Southern Indiana, we're at 83 in Bedford, 88 Seymour, 84 Scottsburg, 85 Shepherdsville, Kentucky, 84 for you folks near Mumfordville. We're staying quiet and dry on satellite and radar, just pure sunshine for all of us across Kentucky this afternoon. You'll notice all across the Ohio Valley area of high pressure continues to keep our skies quiet and dry. So the sunshine will still continue into the afternoon hours. We'll stay in this trend into the later parts of the day. We're expecting those lower 90s to pop up just into the start of the evening hours. Throughout the later parts of the day, a few pink clouds here and there, and then to overnight hours we will continue to stay quiet and dry. But a lot of sunshine ahead for our day tomorrow. Rain chances not in the forecast. Temperatures expected to reach the lower 90s, and then the humidity starts to crank back up into Saturday and Sunday. We're going to see a few isolated showers return back to the forecast on Sunday. We'll have a full breakdown all about these details coming up here in just a few short minutes. Brooke?
All right, thank you so much, Matt. Louisville water crews on site of water line break in downtown Louisville. It happened at 5th and Main Streets near the fountain at the Belvedere. Water told us they have that water turned off now and are working on those repairs, but it did cause a little bit of a delay for those of you parking around that area. At noon, people are dead and 14 others hospitalized following a drive-by shooting in Chicago. It happened late Wednesday in Chicago's River North neighborhood outside of a restaurant and lounge that had hosted an album release party for a local rapper. Police, someone opened fire into a crowd standing outside and then immediately drove away. No one's in custody. The victims are all in their early 20s and 30s. Here in the metro, police say they made significant arrests during a drug bust this week. 3 men charged with trafficking meth, marijuana, and fentanyl. Malachi Daly, Antoine Daly, and Joshua Studdard were arrested after a search of a home on Floyd Street, the same area where a shooting happened this weekend, injuring 2 men at a large party in Old Louisville. Detectives highlighted how neighbors helped in this case, saying they've been investigating this home for a while due to tips from the public, and that allowed them to build a case and apply for a search warrant. Inside is where they found the drugs, guns, and cash.
It's undetermined whether or not those firearms or the subject involved were involved in the shooting that happened over the weekend at that location, but our non-fatal shooting unit is investigating that.
Officers are working to figure out if any of the guns in the home were used in that weekend shooting. All 3 men are charged with trafficking drugs and organized crime.